Hello, I'm Lauren Green, and you're in the strategy room. The gloves came off in a heated Democratic debate Sunday night between rivals Hillary Clinton and Bernie Sanders, the two clashing over trade deals, jobs, and Wall Street. Take a look.
I voted to save the auto industry. He voted against the money that ended up saving the auto industry.
If you are talking about the Wall Street bailout, where some of your friends destroyed this economy,
you know...
Excuse me, I'm talking.
Let him respond.
Now, I kind of think if you get paid a couple of $100,000 for a speech, must be a great speech. I think we should release it and let the American people see what that transcript was.
And I will say again, I'll be happy to release anything I have as long as everybody else does too.
But Democrats want everybody else to release it. Well, I'm your Democratic opponent. I release it. Here it is. There ain't nothing. I don't give speeches to Wall Street for hundreds of thousands of dollars. You got it.
All right, joining me now with full debate analysis, our Democratic strategist Douglas Smith in D.C. and in Tampa, Republican strategist Adam Goodman. Douglas, let me start with you. I'll tell you, Bernie and Hillary almost seem like they're going through couples therapy. You know, don't interrupt me. You know, you'll get your chance. And it really was probably the fieriest debate between these two that we've seen so far. So Douglas, why do you think that is?
I think it's a couple things. I think one is Senator Sanders knows that his time on the stage is quickly coming to a close. I mean, Secretary Clinton continues to push forward, and I think he still wants to remain relevant. You know, I think the interesting thing, though, is, you know, the more he talks, the scarier I get in terms of his just lack of understanding of the complexities of the U.S. economy. I mean, there was a great little piece yesterday about the Export-Import Bank, and all that Senator Sanders is fighting for is for the middle class. I don't think he understands that when Boeing gets these big deals to sell planes overseas, that for every job in Seattle, thousands of jobs go downstream to support middle-class workers across the United States. I think we saw the same thing with the auto industry. I don't think he understands the complexity of it. He still wants to make a point and make a message. I think he knows that he doesn't have much time left to do that. I think we're pretty quickly going to see by the end of this month the Secretary having wrapped up the nomination. So I think he's just fighting for airtime. And you know, I wish he would focus more on solutions and not so much about baiting the Secretary into things that really aren't applicable to this election.
So Adam, who came out on top in this debate? And were there any flubs that could hurt either of the candidates?
Probably not in the long run. First of all, I had to comment on the tenor of the debate. I mean, to consider that debate somewhat raucous compared to what we've been seeing on the Republican side is quite a reach. I mean, that's a whole different, we've created a whole different standard. But beyond the trading of jabs and the debate over trade and who's to blame for Flynn, et cetera, you know, there are a couple things underneath the surface. One is, to Douglas's point, I think Bernie knows he's going to have to start scoring a little bit better and a little bit sooner if he's going to stay in this contest, even though the fundraising for him obviously has been very heady. And if I were advising him, of course I'm a Republican, I'd say feed the FBI on a daily basis on their email investigation, because that may be the only way they're going to stop Hillary from getting home. But on the other front, I have to say that inevitability does not breed momentum, does not breed enthusiasm. And I still think in this particular race that you might say the excitement is still on the side of Bernie Sanders. And I think that Hillary has to take that seriously, as does the party, if they want to be competitive in the fall. Yeah,
I mean, that could be the reason why, you know, Hillary does, you know, appear to be, you know, treating him quite differently. You know, Clinton still holds a wide lead in Michigan, Doug, and, you know, like double digits. But is Sanders putting on a strong effort? I mean, do you think this debate will make a difference for voters and particularly for Sanders?
No, I don't think so. I think particularly that while the car industry has changed over the last number of years, I think it runs deep in the sense of pride of Michigan. And they have a lot to be proud of. I mean, since the bailout, Ford, Chrysler, they've all made tremendous comebacks. And I think Senator Sanders' sort of lack of understanding of what the legacy of the car industry has meant to the pride of Michigan, to the number of jobs it has created, is really going to hurt them. And I think especially what's going to hurt them is with minorities. I mean, once again, last night, in my opinion, he really just doesn't come across as understanding the complexities of what is facing inner city America. And he comes across as very professorial, sort of lecturing and a little bit shrill as to the plight of what many Americans are going through. And in a state like Michigan, they're paying attention to that. It's not enough just to call for the resignation of a governor. You need to offer solutions, economic solutions that are going to help these people go to the next chapter.
Yeah, and then Adam, the African-American vote is where Clinton really does have an advantage over Sanders, and he has vowed to stay in this race through the convention. But he, does he have a path to become a Democratic nominee, or is he there basically to have a voice in the political process?
Well, I don't think there's any question that he has a voice in this campaign. The voice will continue long after the campaign. My opinion is that Bernie Sanders has been tremendously helpful to Hillary Clinton. First of all, you see her starting to mimic more and more a lot of Bernie's ideas. Two is she needs some excitement behind her, because this is not an election right now. I think Douglas would agree. It's not an election about the mind, it's about the heart, about what people are feeling, especially at a time when most of America believes that the country is not on a very good and solid path, and they're looking for a shot in the arm. So I think Bernie has been a tonic, an elixir at least, to Hillary, sharpened her, I think, for the fall campaign. But the one point that Douglas made, if I can say, about complexity, she gets into the complexity of issues. That's not what this campaign is about. We are looking for a commander-in-chief. I think Bernie certainly is making a good pitch for that.
All right. I want to thank you so much, Douglas and Adam, for being here on Strategy Room. For complete coverage of the 2016 race, check out foxnews.com. I'm Lauren Green, and thanks for watching.